Hello, it's me. Hi, Scott. Is this working? Can you hear me? Can I hear me? Did I unmute this and see if it... Yeah, sure, that sounds like it. Hi, I haven't streamed in so long. I don't remember how. I probably didn't do all the things I was supposed to do. I didn't push all the buttons. But, you know, you gotta just try. I've been, you know, it's been one of those things. Busy, been a busy person, but traveling and work, some illness, some health issues, family issues, you know, it's just these things that make it hard to do the stuff you want to do. However, here we are. And I'm going to probably only stream for an hour today because I want to try to bang something out. I've been working on a project that requires the use, this is a contract job, work for hire, requires the use of OFF files for a thing I want to do, which is a certain kind of 3D file format that Unity doesn't support, but I also need them in kind of a specific way. So I want to see if I can just bang out an Jordy is it Jaboy? Jordy Jaboy? How's it going? I'm going to see if I can just like bang this out because it's not a very complicated format, and what I need to do with it isn't very complicated. You'll notice I'm streaming and just chatting instead of in that normal place, Science and Tech, because I don't want to stream in Science and Tech. It's kind of a ghost town over there, so I'm just going to chat while I do this thing. We'll try it. One time I tried to stream in whatever it is, makers and crafting, something like that, and I was doing something vaguely tech related, and somebody in the channel was just outraged. They just were so incensed that I was doing something technical in there. But anyway, there's no rules on Twitch. So we want to find this. We're going to write a parser for this. It seems pretty easy. So the first thing to do is to make the just do the text parsing. So let's make a something like this. Why is it already throwing errors on a script I just made? Oh, because I literally called it OFF importer CS. Apparently I didn't need to do that. It's my fault. Trying out, oh man, new Visual Studio Code. Incredible. Released just in time for the middle of December. Okay, I don't want to get distracted, but let's get distracted. Is there anything cool in this? None of this seems awesome. None of it seems that great. I've been waiting for certain theme things. Look at that. Beautiful font rendering, improved on Windows. That sounds good. I want some new theme features so I can like change the background color. Oh, that's cool. Definitely should use your GPU to render your text editor. Okay, don't get too distracted. I just want to see if they added this one feature. Seems like a no. Seems like a pretty solid no. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's a minor thing. I didn't want to look at that anyway. Who cares? Yeah, this was silly. Don't do that. So we need to do this, and then I got to remember all the stuff that I never remember. Thanks for making that noise. Like making an importer editor and putting that in an editor folder. I don't remember editor syntax. I wish there was a thing that was just like make an editor script. So I've been working on a lot of stuff. I've been working on this. I'm still working on this VR game that's hopefully going to come out sometime in my lifetime. Maybe early next year, spring next year. Been working on more Children's Museum stuff. Children's Museum of Pittsburgh, which has been cool. That's not what I want. I want this one. And various other small projects, some design jobs for some upcoming VR titles. Really one VR title. I don't know why I mean that plural. But not a ton of time to just work on my own stuff, which is, you know, I want to work on my own stuff. This is a weird one because this isn't exactly my own stuff. Because I will probably use this on that on one of those work for hire kind of jobs. But I have more plans for it. I have some ideas on a game I worked on once upon a time. Oops. Making a VR version, and this utility would potentially be helpful. I just forget the easy way to do this. There's a real easy way. No, I want... There's some incredibly simple, easy place. Am I just searching for the wrong thing? How do I do it? I just can't remember how to do this one thing that is silly. Ooh, that's actually handy, because then I wouldn't need the custom editor script. Anyway, I don't care. I just want to do this one thing. This thing. Yeah, this. That's all I want. I just forgot. How? Okay, so we'll do this, and we will draw the default inspector, and that'll be great. This is an editor script. And we just want this. I don't know if I really want to do that here. Okay, so cool. Now we want this thing. We're just going to start with this thing. So I am not the best in the world when it comes to, you know, like complex parsing. Like I can, there's of course simple kinds of text parsing, but I mean like if you're writing like serious text parsers. But I don't know that this needs to be that serious. I think it can be pretty simple, because everything is just space delineated and has counts and stuff. Like it's a little bit more annoying than just straight up CSV, but not, shouldn't be too bad. I'm gonna ignore anything that says off. I'm gonna ignore anything that starts with a pound sign, hashtag, whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna put this in a resources folder even though it doesn't belong here. Call it cube.off. Okay, so the first thing we will need to do is know about that file. So a couple ways we could do it. We could do it the Unity text asset way, or we could do it the C#, just straight up C#y way. So something like this could be fine. Text asset line by line. Text asset. Do I want to use a text asset? Yeah, the annoying thing with text asset is then you have to maintain the delimiter, which is not that huge of a deal, but slightly annoying. Let's just start going that route, right? Let's just start going down this path and I'll see if it's too obnoxious. So basically, whatever, resources load a text asset. No. I'm not really convinced I want to do this because I don't know that I actually care. And for now, I'll just hardcode the name. Care about the ability to... Yeah, I mean, this does require that the file's in Unity and tracked, which like is maybe okay. Hey, whatever, we'll just go this route. Okay, so... And a regex.split. I don't think I knew about regex.split. That's handy, because then we can give it different delimiters. System text regular expressions. Cool. Okay, that's great. Assuming that gives us... What are you mad about? Why would you call that code unreachable? What are you talking about? Anyway, then we want to say something like current line. And then for now, we'll just debug.log. What's my problem here? That looks like a problem. Okay. Something like that. Seems almost looks like software that would work. Almost. Put you in here. And now I could do this just as a standalone editor window, but I have some reasoning for doing it like this, which I certainly could change my mind. Scrops. This is my first time running 2019.3. Really not used to this flat icon style. I'm not sure I love it. There's a certain thing of... It's bordering on like modern clean design, but also bordering on like old, bad, like I don't even know what toolkit that would be, like Linux desktop before GNOME and KDE, which also don't look great. Like just straight up X11 Windows stuff, which I have a certain affinity for. Okay, so what did I do wrong? I meant to put that in there, not this. Yeah, okay. So the idea would be that I push this button, and that's okay. What happened? That's not the right word. There's no reason to hardcode that. I'll not hardcode it later, but right now I just want to make stuff happen. Okay, so cool. So one of those new lines, so something about that regex actually did not work super well for us because I feel like you'd want this first, actually. Oops. Because if one of those matched separately, wouldn't it not? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Cool. So we want to first ignore empty lines. So what does this actually give us? It gives us a string. So we want to say like if is null or empty, current line, just continue. That's not how you write an if statement. So don't do that. It's gonna be a little weird. I want to, yeah, it's gonna be a little annoying to like track these indices. This is where I want to say I'm not like. I didn't tell you. I thought did I not put it on Discord? I did put it on Discord. In highly specific. Did I use Discord incorrectly? Hello, life is yours. Lovely to see you. A VIP, always welcome here. So that should skip. So we want to skip. We don't care about OFF. Maybe there's a more appropriate way to skip this, but that will do for now. Oh, I forgot an at. Oh man, why did I? Yeah, you see? Okay, see how bad I am at this? Look, I'll do it here. Great. Now everything's good. I haven't streamed in so long. I forgot such a simple thing. Draclin convinced me that I need to stream in IRL or whatever it's called now. Just chatting. We'll see. This is a file format, a 3D file format description. That's this is the number of vertices, the number of faces, and the number of edges. Here's a list of the vertices, kind of like you'd have in a normal mesh definition. And here's the list of faces and the vertices it uses to make those faces. And here's how many vertices you count. So I'm going to try to knock out a quick importer for this to build meshes for another project I'm working on with the hope that I can reuse it at some point. But really, I'm just not great at... I've watched like Jonathan Blow work on his compiler, but I'm not great at parsing, like general parsing strategies, you know? So like, so I don't know if I need to like do stuff of like finding the count or whatever to know how to bail, like general parsing strategies. I don't know, for complex forms of parsing. Again, not that this is super complex, but I don't have the experience. What? Is that a real error or is that something stupid? Or is that me saving a file that I moved, which is one of my favorite Unity moves to do? It's like move a file and then save it. Classic. What? There's only one of you. Whatever. Okay, and this does run. Does it ignore those lines as desired? Yes. So we also want to ignore anything that starts with a which actually can be, can I do this on a string in C#? Can I just say if string 0? It seems like a thing I can't do. What's the appropriate C# way to do that? I could probably do regular expressions just to make sure that a given line matched what I want. So just to say like generally like, hey, I'm looking for a line that's 3 integers. And if we don't find that first, so that will probably I will use for the general matching. It gets complicated though. I mean, not in a way that regex can't handle, but like the definitions of those lines, like their format changes. So which we could do in regex, but not in like a totally robust way. Like we could say like, oh, an integer followed by some number of floats, but not like, oh, this integer is 7 and I literally want only 7 floats after it. I don't think I could do that in regex. Maybe there's a way I could. What is the thing I want here? Can I not treat a string like an array? Yeah, it's just a substring. Okay. Wait, is that what I meant to do here? I didn't mean to do string. It would have been current line. Does that work? I can do that. Great. Okay. Ignore comments. So this is like ignore header, ignore empty, ignore comments. Okay, so first thing we need to do then is, I don't know like the proper way people do this, but I'm gonna say something like so what do we want to call that thing? That's like the element count. So I'm gonna have something like and I'm not gonna, and then I'm gonna say like, hey, yeah, I think this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have like these sections of sort of handling things as we go through. So I will want like so if I haven't found the element count, how's it going, Life is Yours? We haven't like shared a Twitch moment for a long time. How's school? You almost done with your first semester? So regex match. Can I get like a return? Oh, will give me a match. So the input will be the current line, and then I need like, I'm so rusty on regexes, so I want it to like start. Ugh. I need like some online regex tool. Whoa, this is too fancy. So for, so if I want to like say start DDD, what, how do you end a regex and then the end? I guess it doesn't really matter as long as it starts with 3 and only has that. Failed an exam? What exam could you have failed? You're the star student. This is outrageous. The last character. Is it $? Does that mean the end of a string? What is the end of a string? I'm just so rusty on this. Yeah, end of line. Why does that not work? regex101.com. So why does that not work? My dollar three integers, and I haven't done regex in a long time, so it's very possible I'm just doing a bad job. So if I have 4 or 5 or whatever, 3, 5, 6, and then I want to say at the beginning of the line I want a digit. That should be right? So I want to find this. What are you mad about? My slash is the wrong way. What? What did I do? Oh my gosh, it's Draklin. Draklin. Did it work? You're for undefined months. Draklin, congratulations on undefined months. Oh, if I explicitly want spaces, but I don't want to match spaces. Okay, you're right. You're right. I got an emote thanks to Draklin's subscription. It's a strange little reindeer. Thank you. I pushed a button that says thanks. Send thanks. Thanks for the haha doge. Draklin, you're my hero. 17 months. Incredible. That's undefined. Okay, yeah, right, sure. So I got to do these. But the escape is the weird problem here, right? Like, what's wrong with my escape? Are these beautiful? Oh, look at that little dreidel. Adorable. Like, why do you... Is this an actual problem? Oh, does it have to be... Yes, okay, cool. Okay. I'm going to make all the variables super verbose since Draklin's watching. Just like incredibly verbose. Unreal. Okay, so this is going to what? This gives me like a match object. I have not done this in a long time. And then that thing is going to have the parameters I want. And I'm correct that /d is... where's all the rules? That's a Twitter link. Whoa. I don't like hamburger menus. What is this? The regex library? Wait, what am I even looking at? I just want an integer. Oh, this thing. A digit. That's what I want. 0 through 9, right? Oh, wait, but it could be multiple digits? Because it could be like 12 or something. That's okay. Does that only match a single one? Can't I also do like .d, like any number of digits? Matches between 0 and unlimited times. Yeah, -c star, right? Why doesn't that work? It does work, okay. So we can do that for all these. So any number of digits for this. I don't know, when we get to floating point numbers. What do we do about that? Is there another one for floats? It's been so long. Wait, but there's another way. Isn't it plus? Isn't there a way without having to give it a range? I thought you could say at least one. Is that plus? Matches between 1 and unlimited. Yeah, you don't have to give it the range like that. You can just say plus. So what do I get out of this? Is it the captures that I want? What are the, where does the stuff go that I have in the parentheses? Is 1 or more. Yeah, I want 1 or more. 1 or more is adequate for my purposes. So, yeah, I get a match. Cool. I don't know if I've ever done any of this. A list of the matched elements, but what's in what container? Because there's match value and match index for one thing, but how do I do it if I want of all captures matched by the capturing group and innermost to leftmost order? Yeah, so is it captures that I want? I did, didn't I? Right? These? Are these not in my captures? I don't know if this is gonna be smart enough to print. It's gonna just say like cool collection object. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. It's even matching on all the later ones. It shouldn't, though, because I said I only wanted 3. I guess if my match, how do I know if it succeeded? Like if it found any. Like, what is the actual success? Gets a value indicating whether the match is successful. Project.matches, but I just want 1. So how do I know if it actually succeeded with just 1? It's just match success. Okay. So if I was a successful person. So do I have to actually validate this? Because I could feel like I could kind of just capture collection. Like, do I have to actually care about So this goes through the groups and then the captures in the groups. I'm not understanding fully the distinction between a group and a capture. Captures, this group captures the word this. Okay, if I match more than one thing, is this 2 captures? This doesn't really make much sense to me. Why would this only have... Only about the last capture? That's dumb. So I need... I mean, in this case, I guess it doesn't matter that much because my groups will only have one thing. So I think my just groups... let's just try this. I mean, I don't feel like I have to be that careful because I kind of know that there's 3 things. Because they match the regex, and presuming they match the... You know, if they properly match the regex, I don't feel like I have to be too careful about stuff. Okay. Well, weirdly, I got 8 and 6, but not 12. Wait, the last group has all 3. What? Okay, let's start. For now, let's just break when we hit the element count, because that's all we care about at the moment. So, didn't I say to ignore stuff? Did I not do that right? Why would you print these things that I said not to print? Oh wait. Where's the normal debug interface? Do I not have the Unity debugger installed? It is installed. Why didn't that come up? That was kind of weird. Unity debugger. Why are you angry? Why don't you... Hey. Have I just never used the debugger on this computer? Am I not in a project folder? Like I ran from here, so I would presume that... I just typed something weird? I sure did. Definitely didn't mean to do that. I mean, I opened that from the editor. What? Why does my debugger just disappear? Unity debugger. What am I missing? Normally there's that thing that shows up here that like lets you pick the editor and stuff like that. Am I just not viewing something? You know, there's like a thing up here normally when you go to debug. Is this a cool new feature? Debug console? Is that the thing? No way. No, I've been using Visual Studio Code for the last year or so. More than that, really. Year and a half, and I've been mostly pleased with it. I just guess I haven't debugged on this computer since... I don't know. Or is it also mad that I'm using 2019.3 or something? That's the thing I wanted. Unity Editor. Now it works. Cool. So what? Doesn't that look like... like making a silly mistake here? I'm inside the for loop. Why would that not continue? Okay. What happened? Is this not valid? Maybe I can't actually do this. Oops. Maybe that's not actually a thing I can do. Oh, is there a... No. That is the first line of the... Was it because I didn't make this a character or something silly? Okay, that worked for that. So the space, though. Can I do this? Guess not. Current line is... there's one that's like for white space, though. Is null or white space. Is that my problem? I mean, I don't actually have to ignore those now that I think about it, because if I'm just... Okay, this almost works, except... Oh, group 0 is showing the whole thing? Huh. So it's people like 1, 2, 3? So is group 0 just the whole? I don't love that. So group object. So wait, okay. Maybe I'm all wrong here. Maybe I actually only want the captures. So can I just do... Is a capture collection, but group.captures is a capture collection. So do I need like group.captures.capture collection? Maybe regex was not the way to go on this. A single capture object that provides information about the match as a whole. That is, the capture object the same information as the match object. So is that actually what I want? What am I missing here? I just want a list of the matches. Like, that seems like it shouldn't be that complicated. I don't really want to iterate over it. I want like... What am I doing here? Each match in matches. And then each capture in those. Ugh. Is this one match or is this multiple matches? And that kind of, you know, just looking at that naively is like, yeah, I'd look at that. That looks like code. Looks like a thing that would do what I want it to do. But that is like the whole thing. So there's just some fundamental thing I'm not understanding here. The next match, but I don't want to iterate like that. I guess I could, but... Or can I just do this? Is this insane? Why do you have nothing? Okay, let's just do this and just see what is in there, because I just am not quite understanding what the structure is. Oops. So those groups look like what I want. So I thought I tried that. Did I not try that? This does start with 1, though. Why does that? Did I not try that before? I guess I thought I did match group values. Apparently I did not. Cool. Okay. Um, so we don't care about edges. Vertices. And I'm not gonna do checking on this because, oops. Making assumptions about the type just because they pass the regex. So vertices faces so basically we'll keep going here, and then we can say if we haven't found the element count, yeah, so this should do the thing. Work. How's your work? How do you be disciplined and build your thing? How do you? The thing that helps me do that is an explicit deadline. You know, like if it's just all in the air and it's like I could work for it forever, I could work for it 1 hour a day or 10 hours a day or whatever, I have a hard time with that. It's definitely better for me, even if it's kind of a made up deadline. I don't do super great with totally made up deadlines, but if there's some explicit thing you could say, some reason, some like hackathon or some other project that depends on that timeline, just to force yourself to have a delivery date, I find personally to be helpful. Okay. 8 vertices, 6 faces. So, and it took us an hour to figure that out. Awesome. So now we want to say we have found the element count. So now we want to say, now that we know that, I'm not quite sure about nesting this. Feels like there's a way that we could do it without nesting. Okay, I'm not gonna do it for now. Just need to think about this. Because we don't want to do this stuff. We want to like break out of the loop anytime, kind of no matter what, whether we found one or not. I mean, right? Not break, but just continue. And this is going to be if vertex index is less than vertex count, no, I get it. And but I think you don't need, it won't be real accountability. It can just be made up accountability. You just need to find what that is. And I don't know exactly for, like creative projects, you can be like, well, I'm going to have a show or do this hackathon or what, like find some reason in the world to do it. But until you have that reason and some accountability, even if it's made up, ban you from Discord, but then it will just be me and life is yours. It would be sad. It would be punishing me more than it would be punishing you. Okay, what can we do in half an hour? We want to say if the vertex index, so from this point on, we're going to start caring about vertices. I thought this would go faster, but it's okay. Vertices is always 3. There may or may not be a negative sign. I kind of want to just match like a whole floating point number. But I do want the negative, possibly. Yeah, so let's just do this. Let's get a line from the file. Let's get all the lines from the file. Go to our friend over here and say the following. We want, at the beginning, we want to have, well, first of all, we're going to have 3 things. And those things are definitely separated by spaces. And then the line ends. And those things are going to be, there may be a minus sign. And then, what was the 0 through 9 thing? Because that seemed fine. Then there's definitely going to be 0 through 9 at least once. And in this case, there is going to be a period. And then there's going to be 0 through 9 at least once. Wait, that's not the question mark goes here. How does that look? Not happy. So what's the matter? Oh, there's 2 spaces here. Ha! At least 1 space. And at least 1 space. Okay. That like kind of almost worked. Oh, because there may be a space at the end, at the beginning. There may be a space. So there is a, maybe there's a space here. Wait, what did I do? I know I'm selfish, I'm sorry. I'm afraid you're gonna have to invent some accountability. You're gonna have to manufacture accountability here. Okay, these look like, are you slaying it? Are you killing it? I unfortunately can't stream for too much longer because I do have a meeting this afternoon, but maybe I'll do it again later. Killing it. Good for you. Okay, this looks like a reasonable place to start for our vertex matching. Wait, what happened? What a beautiful gift. Look, now I can push this thank you button. Dracklin's gift shared rewards to 5 others in chat. What a beautiful thing. It's kind of a little weird to have these like automated thank you buttons. Okay, so now we want to say, I'm just going to do this. Is this not a string though? Is this actually some other thing? I guess it is just straight up a string. And this will be our vertex regex. Not you. This beautiful monster. A good image of my logo? There's probably one. Somewhere? Here? Here? These might be the... Man, Flickr really crushes images. This is the most conveniently available, if you want that. Okay, so... Yes, we want this. Wait, if you want my logo, that sounds like you're distracted and you're not killing it at work. I was told you were killing it, or at least slaying. Okay. So right now we just want to say if there's a success here, we will increase the element count. And let's not even worry about what's in it right now. Let's just like get it. How did I lose a paren? Okay. You'd think I'd be able to touch type parentheses by now, but for some reason, at the moment, I'm unable to. Okay, let's see if those find some vertex indices for us. I'm not supposed to increase the count. Oh no, infinite loop? Okay, no. I thought it was infinite loop. Okay. Vertex index. We found 8. Were there 8? This says there were 8, and we have 8 of them. Stupendous. Okay, so now let's try the same thing on faces. The problem with faces is going to be way more annoying, unfortunately. Okay, well, let's just try it. Okay, so for our face regex, looks a little something like this. The problem is there's like optional color. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. What have you done? Look at this beautiful polka dot thing. It's basically perfect. You're right. It is basically perfect. That's cool. What is this character set? This weird domino character set you're using. Okay, so now, is it Braille? Is it really? Cool. That did not look like Braille to me. Maybe I've just never seen Braille fully filled out like that. Okay, so here's the thing about this. Let me tell you about the thing about this is what? The line's going to start with an integer. Some number of integers. And I'm going to not say line end for now, just so we can build this forward. Then there's going to be some number of spaces. Then, and this is what's weird, and I don't exactly know how this works. Can I do a match like this and say there's going to be some number of integers? How can I say that I want to match this some number of times? Like, can I do something like this? I don't think I can do that. No, that's not what I want. So here's what I want to do. I want to be able to say that there's going to be a combination of number and space some number of times, but I don't want to capture that fact. Like, I only want to capture everything enclosed. Atomic group non-capture. So do I make this like a non-capturing group? Is that what this means? Wait, there's a colon? There's a colon after the... This has a... Oh, a greater than or a colon? What's it supposed to be? Okay. The full match, group 1, group 2. Oh, this is annoying though because it's only showing the last match. Oh, is that what I want? Is just a colon? But that means the group, this is that problem where group is gonna like point to... See, I do want to match all of those though. Well, but I want this to be captured, but only the last one is being captured. Maybe I'm not quite describing what I want to do. Like, I want all of these, but I don't want the space. So I need some kind of group so I can group together like, yeah, there's going to be a space there, but I only want to capture how did I get that little helpful window? Duplicate subpattern group? Any subpatterns? It's gonna like quite what I want. Okay, what do we have here? Match everything. An atomic group. Duplicate subpattern. None of these are like the thing that I want, actually. Right? Like none of these is quite giving me. Does my question make sense? Like, because I don't just want to do this. So basically, I want all of these numbers. I just want them all. I don't know exactly how to, what the right terminology to use is, like group them or whatever. Like I want, they all matter, and I don't know how many there are, but I don't want the spaces. So I want to say like, hey, there's definitely an integer here. Maybe that's just not a thing that can be described. Because the problem is there's the number of these varies. But when I group it like that, yeah, because basically I want to say like there's going to be some number of, there's going to be definitely this and definitely this space, and then there's going to be some number of them, but I don't know how many there's going to be. I mean, alternatively, I could just not care and just say, that's still, so how do I say I want every integer? Well, I say plus instead of 1 to nothing, but that matches one time. Hey, that is pretty good. Nice work. I guess another option would be that I just match. Okay, maybe I just shouldn't do this the way, like match it first and parse it later. Because actually I won't know unless there's some magical way to like set a variable to know the number. Like I want this number to be the number that gets matched, basically. So maybe the thing really is just well, that's still not quite what I want, because I want to match any number. I want to match any number of these, basically. Any number of this, but I only want to capture like I want to say, hey, look for integer in a space some number of times, but only capture it. I mean, that kind of it just doesn't give me what I want in the groups. Like the groups are sort of useless. Unless this is the place I can use. And even then, I want to capture as many integers as there are, but only the integers, not the space inside, if there's a way to do that. Because if I didn't care about the spaces, I could just do this. Well, it ends in nonsense after that. Like I want all those groups. I don't quite understand how this. Like, why doesn't this am I just thinking of this wrong here? Like, this isn't actually showing capturing. Put a capturing group around the repeated group to capture all iterations. So what is a capturing group? Oh, I'm looking at reference down here in the corner behind. It's just I'm just looking up names or looking at documentation. But I guess I'm not understanding the difference. Put a capturing group around the repeated group. Like this? A repeated capturing group will only capture the last iteration. Put a capturing group around the repeated group to capture all iterations. Like this? I'm just making stuff up at this point. It doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. Didn't the last one work? Oh no, which I can't go back. There's no going back. It's so confused now. So I was saying one of them was this, which kind of works. Like I could then go in and manually parse it, I guess, but it would be cool if like the regex did the parsing for me, basically. I'm just trying to skip a parsing step, I guess. So this says to put it, okay, it's saying put a capture group around that. Which gives me group one, but I kind of want, I want all those split, but maybe that's okay. You've seen it. I mean, this is kind of close to the thing, sort of, almost, kind of. You know, like if I had the additional whatever dot star or like some space, amount of space, and then what, this? Well, that's interesting. Why did the two spaces not end up in the first, in that capture group? It said S plus. Because there's two spaces there. I didn't mean to say that. Just force a habit. I mean, maybe, is this really all I actually want? No, because this has spaces inside here. Woof. I still feel like I'm just not quite getting the thing that I want, because I don't want the spaces in there. It's funny that matches the first one. I don't really understand the distinction. I guess I could. Yeah, I guess I could split it after. It'd just be kind of cool if the parsing. I wanted to do the regex and parsing simultaneously, like we pulled off with the vertices. Although, maybe this isn't really showing that. That the. Because groups are different than the captures. Really, I would need to test this with the C# one because it returns like the groups and captures independently. So Draclin, basically the thing I'm trying to get is I want the C# regex parser to give me each of these integers individually and then not the rest of it. Well, I have, and I mean that's how I have it working there. It's just a little easier to test in this little window, kinda, you know. It would just be handy if there was a little tester, but not that important. Like the ones where it was showing the last one were like almost right, almost. But this is matching the spaces, and that's just not what I want. Okay, let me revalidate this. Like when we did the, I'm sure this is actually an obvious thing for someone who's more practiced. So going back to just like these, for example. And going back to this. The way our little buddies showed it, it definitely showed the separate groups. Yeah. Though now that I've realized this, it's like, oh, what if I just wanted to match any number of those with a space behind them? It's kind of what I'm trying to do here. Like, rather than having this thing repeated 3 times, would be to say, like, that there could be any number of these. The problem is then it would need this, where you could have any number of spaces, any number of times. That almost works. It screws up here because it gives us only the last group, but maybe that's okay because I think actually the C# regex buddy can help with that. Maybe not. But now I'm not sure why it's not matching this last guy. Oh, actually, I don't want this space here. I was going to say, maybe there's a space in front. Maybe there's a minus. Oh, because it doesn't end in space. So this actually could be question mark, right? No. Any number of spaces, yeah. So that like almost does it. This idea of like, hey, I've got one thing and I want it to do it all the times. Cool, except, yeah, this thing here. A repeated capturing group will only capture the last iteration. Put a capturing group around the repeated group to capture all iterations, or use a non-capturing group instead if you're not interested in the data. I am interested in the data. So do I put, but this actually, here's the whole problem again. I don't care about the S. I don't care about the S. That space can just eat it. Like, I kind of want this. And I kind of want to say, how do you say the not repeated one? Was it this? An atomic group, yeah, non-capturing, which is this. And like, is this right? It almost seems right. But it's only showing one, but maybe this actually will work in C#. Well, yeah, but I don't want to parse it again. That's the whole deal here. I don't want to. But maybe I don't have to. Maybe this C# parser will still tell me. Okay, so yeah, that gives me the thing. Okay, so this is actually what we want. I think that's the right structure. It's just a question on, can I get the stuff out of there that I want? Yeah, but it seems, yes, you're right. I can't have everything that I want, but this really feels like a thing I should be able to have. So let's just log these. We'll just log the first one and then break. Oops. 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 Okay, try this again. Okay, yeah, look, the individual captures gave me the thing. So I got what I want. It just works differently, kind of differently. It's that this lets you go deeper. So the group only gives you the last thing, which is what also happens in the browser version, right? Like group only gives us, wherever it is, the last thing. But in the group, in the C# regex library, you can dive in and get the individual captures, which is cool. Cool. It's still not like the super perfect thing where I want sort of like variable regexes, but I think that's okay. So now I can change this. So we like this, and now I need to leave before too long, actually. But now I want to take these jerks, and I want to do this. And now we want to say, this is inside what we actually want, what we actually care about. Is only integers. So basically we said that the vertex one only cares about floats and this one will only care about integers. Kinda. That's kinda what we said. So if this gives us whatever it was, 8 vertices and 6 faces, then we have completed our import kind of. I am breaking somewhere here. Also, eight vertices, 6 faces, 8 vertices, 6 faces. Cool. Okay, that was definitely more painful than it should have been just because I'm so out of practice with regexes, but now we know how to get in, we know how to get into the groups and look at the captures. That's good. It'll be one group with multiple captures, I think. Once we have that, we can start actually building a mesh, but I unfortunately have to depart because I have a meeting in less time than is actually good. How soon? Ooh, I'm meeting in like 30 minutes with a 30-minute walk. So I should go. So thank you. Life is your, wait, where am I? Hey, Draklin, thank you. Life is yours. Thank you. I am a very fast walker. It's going to be fine. I guess I'll just upload this later. I kind of want to finish this tonight. I mean, this is a weird thing because I really shouldn't be working on this in my own time, but maybe I sort of should, but hey, who can say? So, yeah. What's wrong with walking? It's lovely to walk, even though it's like gloomy, dark December Portland. Okay, I must go. It was nice to stream again. It was very nice to see my 2 favorite subscribers. You're both subscribers now. And I will talk to you very soon. Have a lovely rest of your day.